On today's episode of the Ox and the Fox, we're going to show you how to load an Arctic Fox 865 truck camper in the back of our Ford F-350. Loading your truck camper in the back of your truck, it can be done with one person, but really it's a lot easier with two because you have to have the spotter and the job of driver. As you see, we've already removed the tailgate, we've already unplugged the tailgate, we've added our hitch extension just because it's easier to get it on once the camper's on the back of the truck. We've got a little box that we have built in the back of the truck that helps prevent the truck camper from going all the way forward. We've got our Torklift Tiedowns already in place on all four corners. Now all we got to do is show you how we do it. Inside of our access cabinet on our Arctic Fox 865, we've got a power button that powers on our jacks. And we've got a remote that we use. This is how we power our Rieco Titan jacks up and down. We're just going to lift it until it gets to the right height. As your camper is going up, you just want to make sure it's going up simultaneously, all four sides or all four corners, and make sure that it's pretty well level. Now once we get it to the height we want it at, we're going to jack the front up just a little bit higher than the back. All right, once we got the truck kind of in a position we want it, we want to test how high we got to go with the camper. And somewhere about my belt line, so we got to go a few more inches higher. So as you can see, we've got it about where we want it. I'm gonna pick just the front up at this point, just a little bit, just to give it a slight angle for the truck to go under. You'll see this mark I got on the back of my truck. That's pretty much the center of this camper, and I'm gonna try to line it up with the center of my truck as I'm backing in. Before you back your truck up under the camper, you want to make sure you're plugged in first. It can be done after it's in, but it makes it a whole lot harder. We're going to plug ours in, and then we're just going to drape the cord or the wire out of the way of the camper as we're backing under. All right, you keep seeing Trina doing her spotting work here. I'll tell you what she's looking for. She's looking to see how far or what the distance is between this part of the camper and this part of the truck. Also, she's looking to see the bottom part of the camper if it's going to go past the fender well. And it looks like we're good on both sides. We'll check the other side and then I'll continue backing. All right, you can see the gap between the camper and the truck here is a little bit closer on this side, and also it's a little bit closer to the fender well on this side. So I'm going to try to inch it over just a little bit. You can't do a lot of turning once you're under the camper, but I might can inch it over just a hair. And you'll see once we actually set the camper down, you can move the camper with the jacks, depending upon how you lower it. Another thing that you want to be cautious of once you're backing under here, especially if you have a dually, you have to have the swing away brackets for the Rieco Titan jacks. If not, you cannot get up under it with your dually truck. But if you do have the dually, you got your swing away bracket swung out, you still need to pay attention how close you are from your truck to the jack. That could be catastrophic. That's on both sides as well. Alright, in the back of the truck you'll see I've got a box here. You'll see these rubber mounts mounted to the front of the camper here. And I have a wood box here, which these mounts are going to hit this box and prevent it from coming any further in the truck. The camper's going to stop about right here. So what that's going to do, it's going to prevent the back of the truck, the tail lights, from hitting the back of the camper here. So I have some foam here just for that case, about 1.5 inches thick, but I'm trying to prevent the truck from hitting the camper. We're almost there. Alright, we've got the camper all the way up against the little box I got in the truck. Now I'm going to lower the front two just to ease the camper as far forward as I can get it, because I want that center of gravity above my rear axle. At this point, I'm going to try to shift the camper over that way just a little bit by lowering it on that side of the truck. Alright, we're just about complete. We've got it set where we want it in the truck. Nothing's hitting anywhere on any point. We're going to continue raising the jacks. You don't want to run them all the way up till they start clicking. That's not good for your jacks. So as you're running the jacks up, just walk around and make sure they're all coming up about the same pace. Shove our cord back down in between the camper. And plug it in. All right, last and final step, we're going to hook it up or actually tie it down with our Torklift fast guns. And mine are preset, one for each side, and they're marked. Like this one's the driver rear, which we'll hook up in a minute. And this was the driver front. It shouldn't take a tremendous amount of effort to close those, but you do want it to not be very easy to lock down. And they say you want about 1/4 of an inch of gap between your rubber seal and your fast gun. The rear, it's going to do exactly the same way. Pop it in, lock it, and lock it down. Again, not a tremendous amount of force, but not too easy either. And you got about 1/4 of an inch of gap between your rubber seal and your fast gun. Again, the same process on this side. Sometimes you have to adjust them. Like this side needed to be adjusted. And they adjust just by screwing them in or out. That one could have been a little tighter. Alright, after you've got it all latched down with your fast guns, now if you have the swing-aways for a dually truck, now's the time to make sure that they are back in their driving position, and we're going to pick up our little stands. Alright, you have successfully loaded your truck camper. Now you can go on some adventures.